that the question for most people is, why would somebody put themselves in that? And of course, in that situation, and for Steve, it's the challenge of the thing. It's the genuine intellectual puzzle. How am I going to do this? And I know he prepares, and his preparation is meticulous for every escape, so that he knows, and he has alternate plans, and he can do, you know. So I think that it's just for him, like, you know, the great minds, you know, Sherlock Holmes, that kind of thing. It's a puzzle, and he can solve it.
He's a pioneer, I guess. He wants to push the limits on things, and he likes the darkness in things, and there's a audience out there for it.
The stage performance, or we call it the concert show, is 8 or 9 extreme escapes with an intermission. Thank God, because I need it. 4 per set. Every single one of them physically demanding. Every single one of them having the potential to punch my clock, as it were. You can practice these things to a degree. I don't want people out there watching this thinking that, you know, well, he doesn't practice, so I'm just going to go and, you know, climb in this refrigerator.
There's so little space for a mistake. So such a very, you know, it's unreal how close that it can be.
Sauble Beach a couple years ago, we're doing a stunt called Drag to Death. Hooked up in this wild medieval torture device and thumb screws and 100 feet of rope going to the back bumper of a muscle vehicle and 60-second countdown. But something, you know, my body just didn't work the right way that day. And the truck started peeling off, and I thought I'd be out by 60 seconds. And when you watch the footage, you can see the rope. It's everything's off. I got the blade off the neck piece. I got this hand free. This thumb was still locked in these medieval thumb screws, and I basically, there's that autopilot thing. I'm watching the rope go, and that truck's just motoring, and I just said, pull. And I pulled my thumb out, and I broke it.
But what it all comes down to is his ability to get out of it. And he had to break his thumb, so he broke it. He didn't hesitate. I mean, if you saw what was going to happen to him if he didn't get out, I think a broken thumb is a pretty small price to pay.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go! 60! 50! 40! 30! 20! 10! 9!
Coming up with these ideas is different because, well, there's a mandate I have. Number one, none of the escapes I do or create or perform or hope to perform can be anything like anything anyone has ever done before. And that goes back to the old vaudeville magicians. There can't be any behind the curtain. The criteria is they have to be things that bother people on a visceral level. And the rest of it comes from studying people and seeing what would really bother people. I mean, what scares you? I mean, what scares anybody? People have issues with their eyes. You know, don't get anything near my eyes. People don't like going to the dentist. People are afraid of fire.
I feel nervous for Steve. I feel because I know that it's a hard thing to do it. I mean, it's really a trial for the escape artist because he's being put in a situation that is, you know, claustrophobic, and there are flames or there are drills or whatever there are coming at him, and he's got to get out of it. And so it's got to be hard on him. It's got to just be a moment of, as for all of us, it would be sheer terror to be anywhere near that kind of stuff. And when he puts himself deliberately in that, and it's a time limit on it, then I fear for him.
When you start relating to people on a primal level, where we're all the same, you know, no matter what our race, no matter what our background, suddenly we're all the same, because there's certain things that bother people. And that's my job, bothering people.
He'll call us up right away, like, well, hey, what do you think of this? And if we start laughing, then he knows that he's going to do it.
They just pop in your head. You just, one day you're thinking, what would be a horrible way to die? Okay, let's do that. You build that and see if we can get away from that death.
The cuffs go over top of the mitts like this. They lock. Once they're locked on, she's not coming off. I can't use my fingers. I can't use a key. I can't use a lockpick. Basically, I'm screwed. And then once that's done, this box is full of document shredded paper, highly flammable, highly combustible. And we all know these. Back in the vaudeville times, people would sit for hours, watch a guy behind a curtain struggling with a device, and that was all they had to do. Today we have MTV, we have videos, we have CDs, we have everything. So you better do what you're going to do very quickly. You better capture their minds and their imagination. You better pull them inside, because they won't wait. And fortunately, with all the escapes we've created, they damn well better happen fast, given what I'm doing, or I'm going to get seriously injured or die. Dagger trap is an escape that works strictly off gravity. The restraints that are shackling me to the device are also holding the bed of spikes up. So as they're released, I'm pulling the trigger.